Welcome to Triple D Hot Takes Final Four Showdown Breakdown. And your host, Kyle Dietert, co-host Garrett Dietert, and I'm just the guy in the production trailer, Hank Dietert. So, Kyle, take it away. Oh, we got to get you on, right? There you go.
Yeah, I'm going to go over what we're going to do today. So we're going to break down each region by like the teams that are left. And then we're going to go and we're going to break down each matchup. And then we're going to go from there and talk about all the hot takes and debates. And then we're going to do some little fun stuff like some over and under and then some predictions. And then hurry up and get out of here. No. But yeah, that's about all I got to say about what we're going to go over today.
All right, now to your intro video.
All right, so yeah, go for it, Dad.
All right, we're back here on the Triple D Hot Takes Final Four Showdown Breakdown. Take it away, back, Kyle.
All right, so we're going to talk about, like I said, we're going to go over and talk about the regional recap. So the first team we're going to talk about is Duke, and we're going to talk about just the overall, how they've been doing, and just the overall facts about them. So their head coach is John Schreier, however you pronounce it. But yeah, and we're going to talk about how they got here, really, how they made it to the Final Four and everything. So they defeated Arizona 191, and then defeated an Alabama team 85-65. And against Arizona, Duke played a good overall they played a good overall shooting team. Arizona was, and Duke shut them down. And Arizona they shot 6 out of 23 shots, and they only had 26.1% from the 3-point line. Duke played well offensively and locked Arizona down on defense. And then they dominated at the boards with 43 rebounds compared to Arizona's 30. Duke had more turnovers this game, but like their overall from their first 2 games in the tournament with 14 turnovers. Against Bama was hot from 3-point line against BYU and scored 113 points. Then they played a Duke defense. Duke held this high-flying Alabama offense to just 65 points, and Alabama was 36.4% shooting from the field and 25% from the 3-point range. Against Duke, they played solid offense, hitting threes when they needed to, and relied on their lockdown defense. And their outstanding player, Cooper Flagg, he had 24 points against Arizona and was potential was very good. He was very good against Arizona. He had 16 points and 9 rebounds against Alabama and was a little quieter in that game, but he still played a key role for Duke's defensive dominance. Garrett, you got any intel on Duke, or what do you
Oh
want to
yeah,
discuss about Duke at all?
yeah, for sure. Yeah, no, Duke played amazing. I was very impressed with Duke. Really impressed with Duke these last 2 games. I mean, Arizona was a great shooting team, good 3-point shooting team, and Duke just completely shut them down. I mean, Arizona only shooting 26% from the 3-point line is insane. And then yeah, Alabama. We saw Alabama play BYU. Alabama whooped up on BYU, scored 113 points. They couldn't miss a shot. I mean, they could have shot behind their back with their eyes closed and was making everything. But against Duke, they couldn't make anything. And a lot of it was because of shot selection. I mean, Duke was in their face. They was not letting Alabama shoot the three. And this Duke defense is extremely underrated. They are a top tier defense, especially out of the teams left. And so, yeah, I was hyped. I'm thinking this Duke defense is legit, and it's going to be a real problem, in these last few rounds for sure. But yeah, no, Duke looked really strong, and I mean, Alabama was a good team, and Duke completely dominated that game from start to finish. So yeah, that's all I was going to say. Yeah, and then we
Oh
see
yeah,
Cooper
for sure,
Flag
dude.
stats down there, and yeah, I mean, obviously Cooper Flag's a dominant player. He's playing at an extremely high level right now. I thought the Alabama game, he didn't have his best game, but he still was pivotal as a defensive player. I think no one's recognizing him as well as a defensive player. Like, he's not getting as much recognition for his strong defense abilities. And I mean, yeah, he had 16 points, 9 rebounds, which is great, but his defense against Alabama was shut down. So I was very impressed with Cooper Flag's defense abilities that game. Yeah.
Oh
So
yeah,
yeah,
and
that was my take on Duke.
it's just crazy to think that a team with 3 freshmen going this far is pretty wild to think of, to have a prediction on for relying on 3 freshmen to make it this far, but really talented 3 freshmen though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the crazy thing about
But
Duke is I think they've only lost 1 or 2 games since like January, I think. They were on a massive win streak, and then they lost I think a couple in the late season, But I mean, they're winning machines. So I'm very impressed with Duke for sure.
oh yeah, well, you got the next one,
Well, yeah, let's talk about
Auburn.
the South region. We
So,
talk about Auburn. Auburn, pretty good basketball team. I ain't gonna lie. That's why they got the 1 seed. That's why all these teams are the 1 seeds, which is huge surprise this year. I mean, we didn't. We'll talk about it as the show goes on. But all 1 seeds in the Final Four, that's only ever happened once, and that was in 2008 when they were in San Antonio for the Final Four again. So crazy stat there that I was reading. But yeah, Auburn, their head coach Bruce Pearl, they beat Michigan 78-65. That was a close game. It was a little nitty gritty. Auburn ended up running away with it, and then they beat Michigan State 70-64 in the Elite Eight. And I mean, that was a close game. Auburn was down. Yeah, Auburn trailed at one point in that second half, and they had to go on a huge run late in the second half to take that lead and kind of establish their dominance towards the end. It was very impressive though, because I mean, once Auburn's really good at once they get the ball rolling and once they get on a run, they're knocking everything down. They're making turnovers. They're playing good they're playing unstoppable when they get on their run. It's just before and after that, sometimes it's a little sloppy and sometimes it's just average basketball. But yeah, what else was I going to say? Yeah, they outscored Michigan 39-17 in the final 12 and a half minutes, and then they went on a 17-0 run in the first half against Michigan State, and then they had a solid performance in the second half, like I was saying. But yeah, the one thing that stuck out to me was both of these games, Auburn's rebounding abilities. I mean, they dominated the boards against Michigan. They had 42 compared to Michigan's 35, and then they beat out Michigan State on the boards again. And then Joni Broom, the forward for Auburn, we've talked about him every show. Obviously, one of the best basketball players in the country, and he had 22 points, 16 rebounds against Michigan, and 25 points and 14 rebounds against Michigan State. He did get a little banged up against the Michigan State game, but he is expected to play this in Final Four matchup. But yeah, no, I mean, just his performance and scoring, and then his rebounds. I mean, insane. So that's my takeaway on Auburn. What would you like to add to that, Kyle?
Auburn's a great overall shooting team, and they're just they're showing their dominance. Really, I like Auburn. Auburn's a great team. I believe in that can make a deep run. But I really don't have much to say about Auburn except for SEC. No,
SEC.
SEC dominant right now.
We got 2 SEC teams, a Big 12, and an ACC team. Oh,
yes.
Interesting. All right, you want to talk a little bit about this next matchup?
About Houston.
Or this next team?
Yeah. Yeah, in the Midwest region, we got Houston, which is dominant, bro. I'm telling y'all. Their head coach is Calvin. I want to say Kelvin Sampson.
Yeah.
Kelvin Sampson. And their defense, they defeated Purdue 62-60, and they defeated a great Purdue team that I'm surprised they kept it that close, really. And then how I was thinking about it, like just by myself, like I was thinking to myself, I'm like, dude, they play a game that close, like the next round, they played it so close. They came out and they were like, dude, we got to prove ourselves back. So they dominated Tennessee. They showed their dominance and why their defense is so elite. And I just loved it. They put up, so the Tennessee score was 69-50 with Houston winning that game, which was just a crazy, they just showed their dominance in the first half. I want to say Tennessee didn't put up not much at all. They had to make a comeback in the second half. They weren't doing too hot. But yeah, against Purdue in a tightly contested game, Houston edged out Purdue with just barely a layup at the few seconds of the game to win that game. They edged it out. And then the Cougars' defense was just crazy. They were so good. Like, their defense is what saves them, I swear. They might not score much, but their defense is just will save them every time. I'm telling y'all. It's almost like the Cowboys, right?
Oh, God, we wish. I wish.
But yeah, so Houston struggled from shooting field goal percentage with a 37.7%. And their free throw percentage was 63.6%. But Houston dominated the boards with 38 compared of Purdue's 29. Dominant defensive, like they're just dominated with the boards and everything. And against Tennessee, they had oh my God, they only allowed 15 points in the first half. Yeah. I knew it was very tiny because they made so many like memes and everything about it. They were like, "What are y'all doing?"
Yeah,
oh, it was bad.
Couldn't hit anything, man. They couldn't shoot the ball at all.
Yeah, but that's just really. I don't even know what else to talk about. Houston, just their defense is crazy.
Right. Hey, I did want to say that L.J. Cryer, though, what I thought was pretty unique is his 3-point percentage is actually higher than his regular field goal percentage. So he's way up there, and you let this guy open, he's going to nail it. And so he's a heck of a 3-point shooter, but a great defensive player as well.
Yeah.
Yes. All right.
Yeah. No,
Garrett, you got any intel on Houston?
Yeah. No. I mean, I love this Houston team. That Purdue game was close. That was a scary game for Houston. I'm not gonna lie. Oh yeah, that one got a little close. Houston didn't shoot the ball great. They didn't play extremely well offensively, but their defense kept them in the game once again. Like we talked about, they dominated the rebounds. I think that's a huge stat that stood out to me, especially when I was looking at all the stats. I mean, 38 rebounds compared to Purdue's 29. That's a big difference there. And then, we talked about against Tennessee. They start to finish. I mean, they held Tennessee to 15 points in the first half. This Tennessee team has been scoring lights out all season long. I'm pretty sure they almost had 100 in their last game, and Houston shut them down. So, they held Tennessee's offense 28% from the field, 17.2% from the three-point line, and only 14 points in the paint. I mean, that to me says a lot about how good this Houston's defense is. And yeah, of course, Houston, they had more rebounds, they had more steals, and more blocks. So yeah, this Houston team is cooking on defense for sure. But yeah,
Shoot.
that's
All
my
right.
take on
They're ready to
this Houston.
go to the next region now, the West region.
Yeah, West region, we got Florida, who I've hyped up all year. Every time we've done this talk show, I've talked really good about Florida. Now they made it in the Final Four. No, I'm not surprised one bit. Their head coach Todd Golden, they beat Maryland 87-71, and they beat old Texas Tech 84-79. Which I know I was watching that game. I know you were watching that game. I know Dad was watching that game.
Yeah, I was watching that game. I was so mad. How do you blow a 10-point lead? That's crazy.
Yeah, that's the big point I wanted to make. So yeah, that Florida beat Texas Tech. It was a tremendously close game for most of it. Texas Tech gets up 12 points. Right? Yeah, I think they were up 12 points late in the second half, and Florida comes back. Walter Clayton Jr., man, you know what I'm talking about. Hit 3 threes in a row to close that gap and get that comeback going. It was absolutely insane from Florida. One of the most impressive performances I saw. And so, like, that game in general, I was looking at the stats. Texas Tech shot 53.8% from the free throw line, where Florida shot 92.6% from the free throw line. That's a huge difference. Florida had, like, at least, almost 15 more points than just free throws alone. But, yeah. The thing that scares me about Florida, like we'll talk about it here, or like, yeah, looking against them against Maryland, they put up 17 turnovers against Maryland. They still won the game pretty easily. And then even against Tech, they put up 12 turnovers in this game. So that's the one thing that's really scares me about Florida is they turn over the ball a lot, and they do give up a good amount of fouls because they gave up 22 fouls against Maryland. So that kind of scares me. But then again, I think Florida is really good at showing up in the right moments, and they're really good at dominating the rebounds. I've said this about, I think that's a huge touching point about a lot of these Final Four teams is the rebounds. Because when I was looking through the stats for all these games, the teams that are in the Final Four, these 1 seeds, they dominated the boards, every single one of them. They had more rebounds. So that really impressed me, but yeah, no, Florida, their bigs are playing good. Walter Clayton Jr., 30 points against Texas Tech. I don't know if I said that. But yeah, 30 points and 3 late threes, man. It was that game was crazy, yeah. But yeah, Kyle, what would you like to add on Florida?
Hey, I could talk here all day about Florida, man, because that Tech game really drove me nuts, bro. Like, you're talking about peeing me off, bro. That was not nice. Like, I was just sitting here thinking, I'm just like, man, how do you blow a 10-point lead? Just give the ball to number 1 for Florida, right? Like, at this point, God. Like, he was just unstoppable. Like, the way he could just dribble out of the defense and just pull up, bro. I'm just like, no way. Oh, yeah. That was crazy to watch. You're just like, no way he's just about to shoot this. Just off of 1 foot, he just shoots. I'm like, bro, this is crazy. Like, it's just wild to see.
And the free throws, man. Tech, you got to make your free throws.
Yeah.
It goes Florida was lights out at the free throw line.
Yeah, it goes back to fundamentals. Like, come on. You got to make your free throws.
Free throws and layups, man. And turnovers. Those are the 3 that kill you, man.
And at the end of the game, it was weird to see them starting already to foul at like 3 minutes, but it worked out because Tech couldn't make their free throws. I was like, why are you doing this so early? But it helped in their favor. Yeah. It's almost like pulling the goalie at towards the end of the game to score an extra to get the goal, to have the extra man up. But yeah, this is crazy to think of. I'm just like, to start fouling that early might be a good strategy if you're down by so much. Especially if you're playing a team that doesn't have good free throws.
In that game, the stats were almost identical. Like not free throw. That's the one that stood out. Field goal percentage, 3-point percentage. Like, a lot of that was identical. And then you see the free throw percentage, huge difference. And then, the turnovers were big in that game. So, Tech, man, they were close. We were pulling for them. But, Gators got the best of them, that's for sure. But, all right.
All right, so
Now that we
we're
talked
gonna
about each team,
go to the next, and we're gonna break it down. So the first game is gonna be we're gonna have Florida versus Auburn. It's gonna happen at I don't know why they always do it at such an awkward time, but they're playing today at 5:09 game day. You know how it is. But they'll be on CBS, and then they'll be playing in San Antonio, Texas. Yeah, but their weaknesses and strengths for for Auburn and Florida. So let's see. So okay, Florida is going to be their strengths is going to be definitely their star player. Is going to be can Auburn lock this man down or not? Like you need to put your best defender on that man and stay with him because he's going to pull off a tech moment. I'm telling y'all, he's going to make them come back and they're going to win this game. If I had a chant right now, I would do an Auburn chant right now because I do not like Florida right now.
What? Nah, can't beat them. Join them.
That's the old term. Yeah, that's usually what I stick to. But no, I'm tired of Florida, even though they're SEC. No, God no. Gary, you got any intel on? You want to talk about the Florida?
Oh yeah, let's talk about Auburn and Florida. Yeah, I mean the thing that sticks out to me is Broome from Auburn, superstar, right? One of the best in the nation. He's going against a pretty tough, pretty tough Florida defense with the bigs that are really good at rebounding, and they're really good at getting points in the paint. I think that's going to be an interesting matchup. And I've kind of hit on throughout this show is rebounds. I think a big thing in this Auburn-Florida game is who's going to be able to get more offensive rebounds, who's going to be able to dominate the rebounds, and then who's going to be able to take advantage of second chance opportunities. And maybe Walter Clayton maybe get some threes. Can Broome get some second chance points, get layups? You know, like how is that matchup going to play out is kind of what I'm interested to see. And then whoever's going to get hot and make a late run. I think both these teams are really good at making late runs in the second half. So whoever can get on that late second half run to kind of close out the game is going to be the team that wins this, I think. So yeah, that's kind of my take. Whoever can get hot at the end of the game is going to win this one.
All right. So next we got Houston and Duke. They play at 7:49 p.m. on CBS, and you already know they playing in San Antonio, Texas, bro. So you know the Riverwalk is going to be packed with fans from all the teams. It's going to be a takeover. That's what I would call it right there. But yeah, no, I don't got much to say about Duke. Just better watch out for this elite defense, though. Cooper Flagg these three freshmen better be ready. Cooper Flagg especially needs to be ready for this defense because they will hold you to not making anything. I don't know what their little magic is, but hey, they definitely making teams not score as much. It's wild to think of, but they're not allowing it. Garrett,
and I think
take it away.
Yeah, the key matchup here is both these defenses are playing at an extremely high level right now. I mean, Duke's got probably one of the best, most underrated defenses, and then we all know how good Houston's defense is. So it's like these two matchups are going to be really important to watch, and we're going to see. I think it's going to come down to whose offense can take advantage to what the defense gives you, and who's going to be able to score when the moment comes, kind of thing. So who's going to be able to get hot, who's going to be able to knock down some threes, and who's going to be able to score when they get the chance is going to be the big deciding factor in this one. I know Houston, like they got some shooters. They might not have scored as much these last couple games, but if Houston could get hot, especially from the three-point line, they could take this. But then Duke, we all know Duke can shoot really well. So I think that's kind of where the matchup is going to be, is who's going to be able to score, because we both know these defenses are shut down. So that's my big take on that game.
All right. On to the next one, guys. Yeah, we're going to go talk about some hot takes and some debates. So we're going to see which number one seed is most likely to get upsetted. What do you think, Garrett?
Well, upsetted or lose.
Well, like
I don't know if
lose,
it's
sorry,
upset
but
at this point anymore.
Yeah.
I actually think I think I'm going to go with Auburn. I think Auburn's going to be the team that fumbles around and messes up late in the second half and loses to Florida. That's my hot take. I mean, we'll get down to the predictions, but I think that would be the team that I actually think they might be a bit overrated. So
Oh,
What
so
do you
I
think,
was about to
Kyle?
say, so you got them as both, huh?
Yeah, I got them as likely to get upset and overrated. Out of
I'm gonna
out
go
of the four left,
exactly.
I think Auburn's the worst.
I'm gonna go exactly opposite. I'm gonna go with Florida. Everything what you said, I'm just gonna go with Florida being the over because Tech almost beat them. You can't really lie about it, but Tech had them in the bag. But you know what I'm saying? I still think Florida
Yeah,
is
but
overrated.
I've been hyping up Florida all year, so I got to stay strong hyping up Florida, even though there's the potential of them fumbling the bag today. But I'm still gonna keep hyping them up. They show up big when the moment counts. So.
All right. So which team you think has hit their peak? Has hit their peak right at the right time, like right now?
Oh, I definitely think Duke. Duke is playing really great defense, or playing really great basketball. I think they're peaking at the right time. I think this is probably the best basketball they've played all year, from what I've been watching. But we'll see how this Duke Houston game goes. I just think they're peaking at the right time. What did you think?
All I gotta say is not so fast, okay? I don't even have Houston going this far, but I got Houston peaking at the right time because they're starting to shoot a lot better. Their 3-point range they're hitting it. They're finally getting great defense. They've had great defense, elite defense this whole time. But they're starting to shoot great. So I got Houston peaking at the right time. I don't even have them going all the way, but I got them peaking at the right time. Okay, so who do you think's gonna be the Final Four? Who do you think's gonna be MVP of the Final Four, or like a surprise like MVP?
You know who I think my surprise MVP of this Final Four is gonna be? LJ Cryer from the University of Houston. I think he's gonna come out shooting lights out. I think he's gonna be making tons of threes against Duke. He's gonna make tons of threes against whoever he plays next, and I have him as my surprise MVP of this Final Four. What do you got? You got anyone, Kyle?
Yeah, I got somebody a smidge outbeating him right now. I may not like Florida, but with everything I just said, I'm gonna pick Walter Clayton Jr. as the MVP for the Final Four. I got him all the way.
Very doable.
All right,
Dad,
so
you
the
got
next.
anyone in mind?
Okay, yeah.
Well, yeah. Dad, you got anyone in mind?
Yeah, I mean, looking at Auburn and Florida, if I don't, correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought Florida had upset Auburn in the SEC already, had beat them once. And so if you beat them once, you can beat them again. So, I'm
pretty
looking
sure
at
Florida won the SEC tournament.
Yeah, I'm looking at Florida winning that one. And, Duke and Houston, I'm sticking with my initial, initial thoughts.
Hey, we're getting there. We're getting to the predictions.
Yeah, and so I just think Houston is going to be able to do to Duke what they've done to other teams is play great defense and just shoot lights out, from beyond the arc.
Do you have a MVP of this Final Four that you think?
Yeah, it's really tough.
Specific player?
I like LJ Cryer as well.
Hey,
that's why I had the stats up for him earlier. So, he can shoot those threes, and man, he could put a team on their heels. And then once you have somebody like that shooting from the outside, I mean, as you know, it makes the inside a lot easier down in the lane. You can drive to the hole with that, by stretching the defense out. So that's what I think LJ Cryer is going to be able to do for this Houston team, especially if they can take it over Duke.
Yeah. Okay. So now we're gonna go to the fans and some comments if they want to comment anything.
Yeah. Anybody?
And prediction.
No.
So we're gonna.
Yeah. Don't see any comments yet. So.
Well, thank everyone for watching, and make sure to comment, like, subscribe. Whatever they want to do. Just we appreciate it.
You could. We're on Facebook and we're on YouTube Live all at the same time. We're simulcasting today. So
yeah, and I was gonna ask him a question real quick with who's cutting down the nets. I'm asking anybody out there that's watching this, like, who do y'all think is gonna be cutting down the nets, or just some predictions? And then, so next we'll jump into a little bit of game we call over and under. While if anybody comments, right. Dad could just let us know.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Right, okay, Kyle. Dad, Y'all or
Well,
Kyle, me and you, a little
let-
over under.
Let me tell you
A
what
little
the
game?
odds are right now is that Duke is.
We have them. No.
You have the stat, but
Yeah,
Duke right
yeah,
now.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
wrote
yeah.
it
have
down.
for the
Or
line
I wrote
is-
them down from last night,
They're
so I don't
4.5
know how.
favorites this morning.
Okay, yeah.
And
It's
Florida
close
is
enough.
2.5 favorites.
Yeah.
And so I think that's kind of surprising is the Florida. So go
2.5
ahead, play
favorites
your
over
over under.
Okay, yeah,
Kyle.
Garrett.
So ESPN has the Auburn and Florida game that they're going to score a total of 159.5 points. What are you thinking, over or under? Kind of a lot.
How many is that? That's not that much. Oh wait.
159.5?
Oh, I'm gonna say
Like what?
I definitely would say
we're
over.
sitting here
Wait,
doing
what'd you
math.
say?
I said over for me.
It's over.
Oh,
What
I'm
do you
going
think?
under for
You're
sure.
going under. You think defense rules?
I'm going under on this.
Wait,
one.
that's
I
close
think-
to 80 points each.
Yeah, that's pretty much. It's like 79 to 80 kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I'm going the under. I think, yeah, the defense is going to play a little better than the experts think.
Oh, I'm going over. Their shooting is gonna be crazy. I doubt there's any defense.
All right.
Their shooting is gonna win this game.
All right, but the total for Duke in Houston is 136.5. Dang, that's a lot lower, which, good reason.
I'm gonna go under.
What do you think? You're going
Under.
under, Dad?
I'm going to go under.
I'll be the odd man out. I'm going over. I think they actually score more than 136.5.
I think it's going to be.
Houston, hey, LJ Crier's getting hot that second half. Houston's going to put up 70 points.
Yeah.
Calling it. They're going to hit 70 this week,
I
not
think-
like the past two games.
I think the officials are going to let them play, so there's going to be a lot more physicality, as they would say, and so I think you're going to see a lower scoring game, and you're going to see probably some more technical fouls called in this one because I think the players are going to be really upset that they're not getting the calls that they've been used to. So I think the officials are going to lay off, and you're going to see more defense played and not as much offense, not like the NBA.
Yeah, I mean, I like that prediction. Yeah, no, I think it's going to be a tough physical game. So I think it's going to be a very defensive, tough physical game, but I just think they're going to get 137.
All right,
Let's
Kyle.
keep
Keep rolling it. Let's keep going. Come
All
on.
right. Cooper Flag, is he scoring more than 20 points in this matchup against Houston?
I think he's gonna get shut down, or they're gonna play great defense on him. So I'm gonna say under.
Under,
Surprisingly.
okay.
I'm gonna say
Dad,
under.
what do you think? Cooper Flag gets 20 points against Houston?
Yeah, I mean, he can still get 20 points and they could still lose, but
Yeah.
I'm thinking he's going to be under.
I want to agree. So we're all three going under. I
Yeah.
think he's
Yeah.
not going to get 20 against Houston.
Not against Houston.
All right. Joni Broom, is he scoring? Okay, so what do we think? Over under on 24 points?
Over.
And what about 24 points and 15 rebounds? Is he going over on both, under on both, or what do you think? 24
God.
points, 15 rebounds.
I was looking at the wrong line. I'm gonna say under or over.
You're going over?
15 rebounds is a lot. Yeah, over.
So you're saying he's getting more than 15?
Yes, he's gonna carry this team.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
That's a good take. Okay,
I'm
Dad?
saying under. I don't
Okay.
feel like he's going to be able to get both. So
Yeah, I'm going with you, Mr. Dietert. I'm going with the under. I don't think he's getting 24 points. He might get 15 rebounds, but I don't think he'll get 24 points.
right.
He'll be close on the rebounds for sure. All right, Walter Clayton Jr. Is he going to hit more than 4 threes and
Over.
score more than 26 points against
Over.
Auburn? You're saying over?
I'm already calling it over. Can't stop this man. No, I can't stop over.
Can't stop.
Yeah, I'm looking at over for me.
I'll say this. I think he's going to score more than 26. I think he'll score more than 4 threes, but I don't think he's going to get 26. So I'll go over under.
Okay. All right. You got it, man. You got it.
All right. This Houston defense, are they getting more than 6 steals and 4 blocks this game?
6 steals and 4 blocks.
Oh,
Actually
I'm gonna
averaged
go.
8 steals a game.
I'm gonna go over, way over.
Nah, this is a good one to go over.
I would go over. Yeah.
Yeah,
If
I'm
I
going
was a
over.
betting
I think
man,
they
I'd go
can.
over.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, let's see. What else I got here? Does Florida turn the ball over more than 12 times?
Oh, okay, I'm gonna go under.
Oh, okay, under.
I think Florida's gonna have a lot better game
gonna
and
be-
clean game.
It's going to be close.
Yeah, they gave up 17 against Maryland and 12 against Texas Tech, but I think they're going to stay with the under. I'm going to go under on this one.
Yeah, I'm going to say under.
Okay. So Florida takes care of the ball a little better.
Yeah.
All right, who out rebounds each other? Auburn or Florida?
In this
I guess it's
game.
I got-
really an over under.
I got Auburn.
Getting more rebounds than Florida? Okay.
I like, Florida is Florida has the bigs, man, all over the floor. And, I mean, they're giants compared to most teams. I mean, look at them over Tech. They look like, total giants. I mean, yeah, if anybody can match up with that, it would be Auburn. But I think just because of the height and length that Florida brings, they'll out-rebound Auburn.
Yeah, I have Florida beating Auburn on the boards. So I'll take over on Florida. Woo! All right, and lastly, does Charles Barkley get made fun of for not having any rings more than 3 times on the pregame and halftime show?
I'm gonna say the halftime show.
So huh? Yeah.
Wait, you
no,
said-
you're taking the over?
You said the pregame or halftime show, right?
Both, right?
Well, I'm pretty sure he does the pregame, and I know he does the halftime show.
But yeah,
Or he
you're
has
asking
been,
which
so.
one's gonna have more?
No, is he gonna in total? Are they gonna make fun of him for not having any rings more than?
Yeah,
3
I was gonna
times?
say at halftime.
Oh, okay, yeah. I'll take the over on that for sure.
Well,
Oh yeah, I feel definitely.
I take the over. I mean,
I'll take the over.
Charles he gets ribbed about that all the time, man. So.
Oh yeah. They even got commercials
Alright.
about it nowadays.
Right. So now,
All right.
we get
Now
down
we're
to the-
jumping into predictions, yeah.
Okay, so we'll go.
So the winner of the game of Auburn and Florida. Garrett?
All right.
And then wait, before I say anything, Florida has the 2.5 favorite.
Yeah. So ESPN has Florida as a 2.5-point favorites right now, and I'm going with the favorite. Give me Florida, baby. Chomp, 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 chomp.
I've got Florida on that end, man. I'm right there with you.
Yeah, get the little chomp.
Florida, I think they match up well with Auburn. They beat them once. I think they can beat them again.
Kyle?
I got Auburn.
No,
I got Auburn all the way.
Yep. All the way to the championship, right? All right.
Well,
so
that's the next game.
Well, yeah. All right, so the winner of Duke and Houston, and Duke has the over, I want to say, by 4.5.
Yeah, Duke's favored by 4.5 points right now.
Favored, sorry.
As
yeah,
they
they're
should.
favored.
As they should. Duke's look great.
yeah.
But I picked them in my first bracket, and I've picked them every week since. Give me the U of H. I think they're the Cougars, right? Yeah.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Ah,
And
yeah.
there's where I'm at.
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
with
because they're
Houston.
missing a
Over Duke.
Paul.
Yeah, I mean, when Houston plays, they're just electrifying, and they seem never out of a game either. No matter what the situation is, they seem to figure out a way to come back and make it happen. Kind of like Tech was doing, except they just couldn't finish when they had the lead. You know, it's better for them coming from behind when Florida beat them. But Houston,
You don't have
on
to
the
keep
other
mentioning
hand-
it.
Yeah. Hey, it's a team we follow, right? So, but Houston, I think, wearing red, we're seeing them beat Duke.
They
Not
gotta do
so
it for the state of
fast.
Texas. They got to do it for
Not
the state
so
of Texas. They're in San Antonio.
Oh, not so fast.
I got Duke winning. I got Cooper Flag. It's a breaker deal, dude. You can't stop this, man. I got Duke.
All right. You going with
Okay.
that?
So who do y'all got? Dad, did anybody comment or anything? No.
I can go back and look. I haven't seen anything. Nothing on Facebook. And YouTube? Nope, I don't have anybody on YouTube either.
That's totally fine.
Yeah, hey, that's okay.
All right.
No, they may comment later, so we'll see. You have to check back later.
Yeah, I hope so. All right. Oh, so who do y'all got cutting down the net?
All right, Dad.
Out of whoever y'all have going to the next round.
Because I have Florida and Houston. Out of Florida and Houston, I'm wearing red for that reason. You know, I'm going with Houston. I think Houston's just the defense, their shooting. I just think they have I mean, they're not like one player standout. You know, even though we talked about LJ Cryer, but I think that Houston is more of a team than any of the others. There's not a Johnny Broom or there's not a Cooper Flag. I mean, there is Houston in all five of those players that are on the floor, no matter if they come off the bench or not, they're a unit and they play very well together. So that's why I'm picking Houston all the way, baby. Yeah, let's go. Woo, hey, let me give it a big shout out here, like a
Texas school. You know, Dad, I love that pick. I agree 100%. I like Florida beating Auburn, so get Florida, and I like Houston beating Duke. So Florida and Houston. Houston makes the last second three. LJ Cryer. The fans go crazy. Houston's cutting down the nets. I agree. Everything you said. Houston's defense is superb. If Houston can get hot shooting the ball, which I think they're going to do against Duke tonight. Duke's going to stumble around, and they're going to miss more threes than they have been, and Houston's not. And Houston's going to score a little bit more against Duke and a little bit more against Florida. But, I really liked what you said about the team effort, because Houston really is a team effort. Like, I was looking through the scores for the last two games, and, I mean, they got 4 or 5 dudes scoring around 15, 16 points. You know, it's not like we talked about LJ Cryer being a great three-point shooter, which he is, but it's not like just one person carrying the team like Florida or some of these other schools. But, I like Houston, baby. Bring home the championship to Texas. They need one. They've been fighting for a championship with really good teams for a while now, and they haven't been able to get one. And I think this could be the year. So, Kyle?
All right, y'all gonna be shocked, but I got Florida winning it all. No, I'm joking. just tell you.
You just picked Auburn.
No, I'm joking. I got Auburn and Duke going all the way, and I'm still sticking to my original pick winning it all. I got Duke winning it all still, because I had Tech versus Duke in the final, but Tech's already out, so now I'm just gonna go with Duke winning it all, and I got Duke going all the way.
So you got the you got the Blue Devils.
The Blue Devils. Yeah.
Yeah, there's the little Blue Devil. You hear it? Yeah.
That's a Blue Devil?
Yeah, well, I don't know what a Blue Devil is, but
what is a Blue Devil?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Oh, man.
Yeah, you want to hear it one more
so we
time?
made some good picks
that's
here.
Kyle's pick. And
That's Kyle's pick.
Yeah. And then
Me and Dad
Garrett's
know
and mine. There's the Cougar.
Yeah.
Bring it up, man.
Yeah.
There we got it.
All
right. Now to jump on to what our when we're going to go next, we're going to go live for the next segment or for the next show that we're going to present and stuff. But first, I want to thank everybody for. Oh, wait. No, I'll do that at the end. Never mind. All right, so the next.
Go ahead and thank them now.
Yeah, we're ready to go.
All right, so the next time we'll go live will probably be on April 19th on a Saturday, and we're gonna sit down and talk about.
On a Saturday.
Yes, Garrett. I think I'm right.
Well, we'll have to.
We'll figure out either Friday or Saturday. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Friday or Saturday, one of those days. So it should be the 18th or 19th. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
But we're gonna sit down and talk about the NASCAR season and how it's going. Just a little breakdown, like something simple and fun for y'all to view. And then we're gonna go over a little breakdown of the NHL playoffs and how that's gonna turn out and look for y'all. And we're just gonna have some fun with that. And just me and Garrett don't know much about hockey, but hey, we'll have fun with it, okay, guys? We'll break it down for
Hey,
so
I
y'all
know
can
about-
understand
Let's
it.
go Stars.
I know about the Dallas Stars, baby. Yeah.
They're on a win streak
we've been
right
killing
now.
in the
Let's
playoffs.
go.
Can't say anything about
They're
my
doing-
team.
looking
No,
great.
just
Yeah.
can't say anything about my team. Yeah. But I just want to thank everybody for watching the live and just make sure y'all like and subscribe the videos and just make sure y'all give us feedback because we need to know like what we're doing wrong or like what we could provide for y'all to have more fun with watching
Make
the
it
show and
entertaining.
just like staying
Yeah.
staying entertained and stuff. So y'all just give us y'all's feedback and what y'all want to see. If y'all want to see us do more like fan interactions and like going out to places, we can always do that too. We just got to set up some times and stuff to do that, but we're more than welcome to fix anybody like any of y'all's needs or anything y'all want to watch. We can come up with something for it. But yeah, well, I'm Kyle Dieter, and y'all can all say y'all's name, I guess.
Oh yeah, I'm Garrett Dieter. The only thing I wanted to add to that, Kyle, was just like, yeah, we plan on doing this, period. We might have a few shows during the summer, and we want to really hit the ground running hard in the fall. That way, we could talk about the great college football, this great sport of college football and such. So, any feedback would be great to get us rolling, get the ball rolling, and that way, when the fall comes, man, we can produce a great show for y'all. We can get excited, get hyped up, and talk college football. So, yeah, but
Heck
thanks
yeah.
for watching. I'm Garrett Dieter. I'm signing out, or we're signing out. Dad.
Hey, I'm Hank Dieter,
Cut.
and
Dad,
I'm the
take it away.
technical director, and we'll get you some more graphics, get you some more amazing things that will come along in the future. But I'm glad I get to do this with my two sons, and hope that everybody out there enjoys the show. And Kyle, take us home.
Yeah, that's all I got to say is thanks for watching the show, and we out. We out.
Adios.